After his introduction in Star Wars Rebels in 2014 and his incredible conclusion in 2018, Kanan Jarrus can possibly be seen as one of the most powerful Jedi to be seen in the Star Wars universe. This video will explain why Kanan should be considered as one of the most powerful Jedi, along with the likes of Yoda, Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker and Anakin. Kanan Jarrus was inducted into the Jedi Order from an incredibly young age, but this wasn't his true name. He was born Caleb Dume. He was a lot younger than all of the other younglings, but was just as powerful. He was trained in lightsaber combat by Master Yoda himself and became a Padawan to Master Depa Billaba. This was after they both prevented the destruction of the Central Tower on the Jedi Temple by a separatist captain, Rakam Sir. After this, both Billaba and Dume went on a considerable number of missions together until Emperor Palpatine called for Order 66 to be executed. Whilst on a mission on Calais, Billabar's leading clone troopers, Commander Grey and Captain Styles, betrayed them both and executed Billabar on sight. Her last lesson to Dume was to run. He did. Dume escaped the Jedi Purge and became a smuggler with help from a Kaleran named Casimir. Dume lost sight of the Force, only focusing on gaining credits for the next job. Whilst on a job on Larn, Dume was captured by his former allies, Commander Grey and Captain Styles. Dume escaped their Imperial shuttle by opening an airlock and using the Force to navigate himself to Casimir's ship after he attacked the shuttle in an attempt to save him. This was somewhat familiar to how Princess Leia navigated her back to the Resistance ship after Kylo Ren attacked her in The Last Jedi. This could be where Rian Johnson gained inspiration for that scene. After Casimir saves Dume, they return back to Larn and go their separate ways. Dume leaves Larn with just Master Billabar's holocron and his lightsaber, but leaves something much more important. He leaves his name and anyone who knew him as Caleb Dume. From that moment on, Kanan Jarrus was born. Some time passed and Kanan met a Twi'lek rebel operative named Hera Syndulla during the Gorse conflict. As we know from Star Wars Rebels, Hera and Kanan form a romantic attachment and he joins a rebel cell, the Spectres. There were 5 members: Hera, Kanan, Zeb Orrelios, Sabine Wren, Chopper and Ezra Bridger. Whilst being a part of the Spectres, Kanan begins to train a Force-sensitive child from Lothal, Ezra Bridger, while still being a Padawan himself. After revealing himself as a Jedi to the Empire, Kanan and the Spectres were hunted down by the Grand Inquisitor. His only job was to hunt down Jedi survivors of Order 66. Kanan eventually defeated him after some time, after being captured and tortured by Grand Moff Tarkin. After this, the Spectres knew that their rebel cell was a part of a much larger rebellion against the Empire. However, the Empire now knew the rebellion was much larger than they anticipated. The Emperor sent Darth Vader and 2 other Inquisitors down to hunt both Kanan and his Padawan, as they were the biggest threat to the Empire, or so they thought. After the Ghost Crew were stealing supplies from the Empire on Lothal, they encountered Vader. Kanan fought Vader for some time, stalling him and preventing his apprentice Ezra from being killed. Even though knowing who Anakin Skywalker was during his time as a Padawan, Kanan is still concerned as to who Vader is. He knows he is a Sith Lord, far more powerful than any Inquisitor he has faced. After being hunted by 2 other Inquisitors, the 5th brother and the 7th sister, they were led to the old Jedi Temple on Lothal. Whilst Ezra, Kanan and Ahsoka were in meditation there, Kanan was shown a doorway. He was shown through to a room where 3 Jedi Temple guards were. He fought them for a time. He proved to them he was worthy and they appointed him the rank of Jedi Knight. The Temple guards stalled the enemy, whilst Ezra, Kanan and Ahsoka escaped. However, Darth Vader was not the only Sith Lord Kanan had fought. After this trip to the old Jedi Temple, Ezra, Kanan and Ahsoka were led to Malachor, a Sith homeworld. They were hoping to find knowledge on how to defeat Vader and the Empire, but encountered former Sith Lord Darth Maul. Kanan fought Maul on Malachor, but was blinded in the process. Even with his blindness, Kanan fought Maul many times after this. Kanan's blindness caused his own conflicts after this, but after the Spectres were stationed on Atalon to avoid the Empire, Kanan encountered the Bendu. The Bendu was a Force-sensitive entity who claimed to represent the centre of the Force between the light and the dark. Kanan's conflicts awakened the Bendu, and after many conversations with this powerful entity, Kanan began to see, not with his eyes but through the Force. During their time on Atalon, Ezra was not Kanan's only apprentice. He trained Sabine, the second only Mandalorian in history, in lightsaber combat during the time she had the Darksaber. Yes, Pre Vizsla used the Darksaber in the Clone Wars, but his fighting style was too aggressive and was easily outclassed by Obi-Wan and a young Ahsoka Tano. Sometime after this, Hera was captured by Grand Admiral Thrawn, and Ezra, Sabine and Kanan went on a mission to rescue her. They rescued her at a cost. Whilst being picked up on top of Lothal's fueling pods, an Imperial officer, Governor Price, ordered her AT-AT troopers to fire. The fuel pod exploded, but Kanan held back the explosion to save Ezra, Hera and Sabine. In his last moments, he restored his eyesight to look at Hera one last time and then force-push his family away. After his death, Kanan became truly one with the Force and manifested himself into a huge Loth wolf named Doom. Kanan eventually told the Spectres his real name, so when Doom appeared to Ezra, he knew it was Kanan. Doom appeared to Ezra many times and helped defend the rebellion against Grand Admiral Thrawn. Doom gave Ezra a vital artifact to help enter some form of time-travelling portals at the remains of the old Jedi Temple on Lothal. Doom knew Ezra would use these portals to help save Ahsoka just before she was about to die at the hands of Vader on Malachor. Even after his death, Kanan was saving his friends and helping the rebellion to succeed. After all that was mentioned, surely Kanan Jarrus should be spoken as one of the most powerful Jedi to have lived. He was inducted into the Jedi Order from an incredibly young age, survived Order 66, trained 2 apprentices at the same time, one being the second only Mandalorian in lightsaber combat, defeated the Grand Inquisitor, fought Vader and Maul on numerous occasions, helped form a stronger rebellion, and became truly one with the Force, something which not many Jedi Knights have mastered. I hope this video has shown why Kanan Jarrus should be considered as one of the most powerful Jedi to have lived, along with Yoda, Obi-Wan, Luke, and Anakin. I hope you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.